guys, how you doing? Just wanted to go over part of business that can really help out, get you jobs when you're running a business. You know, not everybody can pay for their system with cash or a credit card, so you need to be able to offer financing to be able to finance the system, get that system replaced. That way you can get the income for your company, and those folks can get their air conditioning up and going. So, you know, I'm still in my first year of business, but we've secured 3 different ways to finance someone for HVAC equipment. One is through our local utility district, SMUD, SMUD, offers secured financing for your HVAC system. So as long as you put anything 14 SEER or higher in, you will get, you can go through their application process. I heard they're a little picky for getting financed, but once you do receive the approval for the secured loan, you can get it for 6.99%. So that really helps out in the long run on your loan, paying it back. I'm no financial genius, but the lower your interest rate is, the less you have to pay overall at the end. So other route is through Foundation Finance. Foundation Finances is in Wisconsin, I believe, and they offer a really easy way for me to attach the application to my web page, so people can just go to my web page up on the top right, click on apply for financing, and that brings you right into a document online that you can go in and just fill out the application. We'll receive whether you go with SMUD financing or Foundation financing, you'll receive the notice. You'll receive approval or decline within a matter of at least an hour. I mean, it's like usually within a half hour we know whether the person's going to be able to get financed or not. So with SMUD, we can just fill out the application, 7 pages of written document. They don't even have it like electronically available for us to e-sign and stuff like that. You literally have to hand write everything out. But it's good for the customer, for the low percentage, the low interest rate on the loan. Foundation financing is nice because you receive the approval, you tell the customer their rates, and you basically do e-signing all again for the loan. The other form of financing that I have available is through the PACE Energy Fund. A part of the PACE Energy Fund is YGREEN, YGRENE Energy Fund. So to check them out, you can go to ygreenworks.com, and up on the top right there's a short video that explains how people can get financed for energy upgrades through their property taxes. So there are a couple of there's only a couple states that are using YGREEN right now. Georgia was using YGREEN, but lately on the application I haven't seen Georgia on there. So I think it's just Florida and California right now. But YGREEN has been good. Basically, you go online as a contractor, you type in the address, and they let you know how much money. It's kind of based off of whether they have at least 10% equity in the house. If they don't have that much equity in the house, then they're not going to be approved for any energy funds, energy upgrades. But if you see like particular, like, oh, a house is available for $45,000 worth of energy upgrades, which is a pretty common number. I mean, I've seen 100,000, 180,000 before. They don't have to use all that, but that is a well of money that they can constantly dip into to make energy upgrades to their house. So these are all ways that we can get people financed. once we go through the application process, so let me back up. As long as that customer is up to date on his mortgage, and then everything else is fine, because the loan is paid back through their property taxes. And a lot of times property taxes have an impound account, mortgages are paid through an impound account, and that impound account, the manager of that will notice that their property taxes have gone up because of the energy loan, and they will adjust the mortgage payment accordingly every month. So we have, it's all about just offering, different ways of financing. And it has all really come to a head this week at work. I had a property manager give me a call, and we've been out all week. And over the last couple weeks, we've been refilling refrigerant while it leaks out. A week or two later, they had a blower motor go out. They just called us back yesterday and said that the floor was all wet, and because, well, we got back out there again, the system was flat on charge, so the system iced up, the evap coil iced up and drained out onto the floor. 50-year-old system. This person has nursed this thing to death. And so I got a hold of the property manager. I said, hey, this is what's going on. And they said, okay, well, she's gonna try and secure some financing. And I let her know, hey, I also have financing available too. And the foundation financing, I've had really good luck getting people financed with them. They have 3 different tiers of financing available. If you have great credit, then you're a tier 1 customer. If you have middle credit, you're like a tier 2 customer. And if you're a less than desirable credit, then you're like a level 3. And if you're a level 3, then me, the contractor, I actually have to pay some money up front to get that loan approved. So like, I had a job where I had to actually pay $900 to get the person approved for credit. So she was a tier 3, and so that's what I had to do to actually get the job. I won't go into too much more detail about that, but it worked out for everyone. She got her cold air, and we still got our money. So this was the first time I was not able to get somebody financed through Foundation Finance. And if you can't get financed through them, then I'm pretty sure SMUD, the electric company, is not going to finance you as well. So the third option is to go with the Y Green Energy Fund, because it's not based off of your tax, or it's not based off your credit or your FICA credit score, whether you have a job or all this stuff. It's just whether you've paid your mortgage on time, and do you have at least 10% equity in your house. So I tried also with energy, with the Y Green Energy Fund. That house is actually underwater on their mortgage. So the particular house that I was working on was worth so much money, but the amount owed on the loan was like almost double that. So there's no equity available, and I'm not able to secure financing for that loan. So I talked to the property manager. I think he's going to try and work something out to try and get that system in anyways. So if he can get something going, great. But the lady asked me, myself, like, hey, like, I'll give you $1,000 and I'll pay you back every month. I'll make sure you get your money. And I was like, like, I'm sorry, my company's not set up that way. I mean, it's hard to hear that, like that they need their system that much. But at the same time, I can't put my company in jeopardy for helping people out with free systems. Like, what if she doesn't pay? Like, I have no way of strong arming her to get my money back. So the other scenario I came into, which we were able to secure financing for, but they weren't able to get SMUD financing. didn't try foundation finance yet. They were going to. We feel like they would have been in the lower tier maybe, and we would have had to come out of pocket to get them financing. So I went with the White Green Energy Fund, and their house was actually had plenty of equity in the house. They were eligible for $47,000 worth of energy upgrades. So we were able to dip into that well and get them going with some financing. So we just signed the contracts and we got them up and going. And oh, my sheet metal breaks there. Yeah, boy, it's in the driveway. My sheet metal brake. So yeah, that worked out well. We were able to get them up and going. We're gonna put the system in on Monday, and looking forward to that. So with the other house, the property management house, I'm just not sure. We'll see what happens. But interesting ride. It's definitely an interesting ride getting these people, you know, who are in dire straits. It's been 106 degrees all week, and these folks are just suffering, you know. So financing, good way to get your company some income, and a good way to get those folks their air conditioning that they need to survive. So, okay, guys. Well, thanks for listening to me gab a little bit. We will talk to you later. Thanks.